Barbados, more known as Venti, is one of Teyvat's most mysterious archons. When it comes to Venti, we really never know what his true motives are. Could he be tricking the traveler for his own gains? And why did he let Signor take his gnosis so easily? These and many more questions have yet to be answered. But we can dive into Venti's story to learn of his roots and how he became an archon. What are you waiting for, traveler? We have lore to uncover. Before we dive headfirst into the lore of Genshin, subscribe and help me reach 100 subscribers. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Barbados is the animal archon and one of the 7 who presides over Mondstadt. He is also known as the god of freedom and the singer of the Skyward Sonnets. He was once a mere elemental spirit who existed among the winds, but he gained the power through the faith of the people of Old Mondstadt during their rebellion against their carbon, the god of storms. He then founded Mondstadt in its current form and established the 4 winds to protect it when he departed. He is one of the 2 original members of the 7 still alive at the start of the game, along with Morax, the Geo Archon. He currently wanders the world in mortal disguise as the bard Venti. He is a free-spirited, wine-loving, and mischievous entity who values freedom above all else. His story begins when he was a wind spirit who befriended a young boy in Derikin's tyrannical city. The boy led a rebellion against Darkhaven. With his Barbados' help, they managed to break through Darkhaven's storm wall and free the people of his oppression. Barbados then ascended to godhood and became the new animal archon. He reshaped Mondstadt according to his ideals of freedom. He also befriended Andreas, a wolf king who ruled over Wolfenden and Dvalin, a dragon who guarded Mondstadt from all above. Barbados then left to explore the world and learn about music and art. He occasionally returned to visit his friends and check on his nation. He witnessed the fall of Conra and the cataclysm that followed, in which Dvalin to be corrupted by Darwin's blood. He also met Zhongli, the mortal vessel of Morax in Liyue, and became friends with him. In the present day, Barbados takes the appearance of Venti, a young bard who plays songs for the people of Mondstadt. He meets the traveler and Paimon during their quest to find Dvalin and helps them restore his friendship with the dragon. He also reveals his true identity to them and gives them his blessing as an Archon. He continues to roam the world as Venti, enjoying his freedom in music. In the lore of Genshin Impact, Venti or Barbados is one of the strongest characters. It's not a coincidence that he is one of the 2 that survived the Great Archon War and became the Archon of Mondstadt. He has many powers. Venti is one of the playable characters in the game who belongs to Anemo, its weapon. He is also the current mortal vessel of Barbados, the Animal Archon, and one of the 7. Venti's power lies in his ability to create wind currents that can lift enemies into the air and deal continuous damage to them. He can also absorb other elements with his wind skills, creating elemental reactions that deal damage and have various effects. Venti is widely considered as one of the best support characters in the game and in the lore, as he can crowd control enemies, generate energy for himself and his teammates, and increase elemental damage with his talents and constellations. Venti has been through a lot of things, like back when Mondstadt was ruled by the evil god Debacarbin, he led a young boy and his soldiers to fight and destroy the walls and kill Debacarbin. That's when he then ascended to godhood and survived the Archon War, destroying any god that threatens him, even with his peaceful nature. As I said, he is the god of wind and controls the wind. He also seems to be able to listen to what the people are talking about, and if they're ever talking about him. He's also almost like a messenger, and the people that wield his vision almost send messages to him. So if you ever have an animal vision, be careful, because Barbados could be listening to everything. We don't know what Barbados is and what he really wants to do. We don't know his true intentions. He only had one part of his Archon quest, and a lot of people think we're only going to get one part. So I disagree. I think when we finally get to know what Venti's or Barbados' true intentions are, we will finally get the part 2 of his Archon quest and see if he really wants to overthrow Celestia. But I also think this is very interesting that he was friends with the Celesta before she left and created the Fatui. Could he still be in contact with the Celesta? And could he want to overthrow Celestia? Well, I don't know, but subscribe and like. What the heck, dude? Why did I say subscribe and like? That's such a bad thing. Goodbye, peeps.